Last night was awesome. We got to preview the Toyota booth here at SEMA a day early, so we got to see the unveiling of the Scion side-by-side concept. And today we're just gonna walk the show. I'm gonna show everybody my favorite Toyota-related things. Let's go.
Ooh, big wang. Check out that wang.
This 79 series Land Cruiser isn't just cool because of the Bowen flatbed on the rear. It's also cool because there's no springs. There's no leafs in the back, there's no coils in the front, and that's thanks to liquid spring. They're all hydraulic struts. They're also ride height adjustable, so you can go up and down 7 inches. I want this in the US. I'm really hoping it's an indicator that Toyota is gonna be in the offering for liquid spring, because this is the first time it's been on any Toyota platform, but you can't get this one in the US either way. So kind of a bummer that it's so cool and we can't have it here. Method Race Wheels brought their new trophy truck. I do not think this is gonna pass inspection. I'm here with Ronnie Maximo, and he doesn't just have the name of a superhero, he has the body of one. And speaking of bodies, you can fit 3 of them comfortably in this brand new Inspired Overland tent. Why don't you tell us about it, Ronnie?
So this is going to be our newest Inspired Overland tent. It's going to be showcasing a king-size mattress. We're going to be calling it the Carbon King, and essentially it's a little bit bigger than a king-size mattress, but only weighing in at 125 pounds. Has a honeycomb carbon floor, all the amenities that's needed, all the extra air, pockets, pretty much just everything you need to have a good time.
That's awesome, brother. Thank you so much. These guys make rooftop tents for people that like to go off-roading, because I don't want like 300 pounds on my roof rack if I'm gonna be putting my truck off camber. So the big, huge benefit from Inspired Overland is not just a really good price on a rooftop tent, but the lightest in the industry by far, for having great amenities still. And like he said, that's 125 pounds. Anything even near a king-size mattress for a rooftop tent is like easily double than that. So I'm stoked about that. If you want Inspired Overland products, come see our new showroom at Mountain Yotas. We'd be happy to help you out. And Ronnie, thank you so much for donating to this. There was a Spark Hope Automotive fundraiser at our Fundraiser, and these guys absolutely knocked it out of the park with like the grand prize, and I can't thank you enough for that.
No, absolutely.
So looking forward to the future with you.
Yeah.
This is the American version of an Arctic Truck Land Cruiser. It's the AT37 from Arctic Trucks, and it's on 37-inch tires, 3-way damping shocks. It's re-geared, it has lockers, and it's just set up super wide with these AT fenders. It's essentially a really fancy wide body kit intended for the Arctic. They all have CTIS typically, but they use the airlines that come right off of here into the wheel, and that's because they don't have to deal with tight trails like we do in Colorado. They're out in the open. When you're in dire situations like the North Pole, then you have to be able to access that easily to get it fixed. This was done beautifully. It's got SLE rock sliders and armor underneath it as well. I want to go visit these guys up in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and see what they're doing at Arctic Trucks USA. All right, we got a loud Talon Sei takeover here. He's gonna go through a full run through on Travis Pastrana's new Subaru Brat.
Yeah, so Subaru Brat. It's got wheels, the tires, they're black and they're round. It's got little flappy johns on the top for airflow and things like that. Not sure how that window is gonna work. I don't think you could fit a Happy Meal through that window, so might be a little bit of an issue for good old Travis Pastrana. 199 lights on the back there. Ooh, big wang. Check out that wang. Crabs on fire, crabs for hire, Carson Flyer, Carbone fibers. Very cool. See it in the new Gymkhana. That was the dumbest thing ever. Come on in here, check out my Tacoma setup. Everything that makes it look crazy generally happens in and around the wheel well. This truck is sitting on Fox Factory Race Series 3.0 suspension all the way around, Camberg upper. There are internal bypasses in there, super cush. You pair that up with a 74 weld portal axle on here and a 37-inch tire. Those were installed by Mountain Yotas. This thing is pretty much unstoppable at this point, and it's gonna take me places.
All right, guys, big news. The Fox live valve stuff is available for 4th gen Tacomas, and I know just the guy to run it. And essentially what this does is not just automatically control your shock's damping on the corners. For instance, when you corner too hard, you want the outside to be more stiff. When you're going slow over some rocks, you want it to be softer. You can adjust it manually as well, but it's gonna automatically adjust, I assume, when you're banking, when you're braking, when you're accelerating. It's gonna stiffen up where you want it, and it's gonna soften up where you want it without having to think about it, but then you can also adjust it on the fly. And one of the big competitive advantages that Fox has is that it's also connected to your vehicle's brain too. So it's able to tell things like where your steering wheel is pointed and your RPMs and all of this data that's beneficial for controlling your shocks. So just to clarify, if you do have the FRS 3.0s right now, it's possible to retrofit it with the live valves, but you're not going to want to do that yourself, and you're probably just not going to want to do that at all unless you have some real expert help, because the base tune on the shocks and the piston head specifically is going to be a lot different. So if you got 10 grand burning a hole in your pocket, come see us at Mountain Yotas and we'll hook you up with this kit. We're at the AlphaRex booth now, and this is a one-of-one Liberty Walk body kit on an LC250. It's the only one in the US right now, and AlphaRex is my go-to headlight on all of my personal vehicles, but they have a third brake light available. They have tail lights, and they also have 2 different styles of headlights. These are the Nova series that look like the Cube style headlights that come on most trims of the Land Cruiser 250, but if you have like the 1958 that comes with the Heritage style circle headlights, you can actually swap back and forth. So if you have these on your stock LC250 and you want those Heritage style lights, we'll show you on the Tom's one-of-one LC250 over there. You can just go back and forth and do whatever you want. This thing is just one of the coolest daily drivers here. Obviously, we're not going to off-road this, and it's definitely like against the grain of what we do at Mountain Yotas, but it is a beautiful LC250. I would daily the heck out of this thing. 74 weld has billet upper control arms, but they're cut on a 5-axis CNC out of a single block of 6160 aluminum. And what's really unique about them is the inboard bushings. They're Rock Crawler Adventure Series joints, which essentially means it's a DU bearing that's a free moving pivot. It's captured in vulcanized rubber, so it stops the vibration and has more of like an OEM feel to the inboard bushings. On the upright side, there is a 4340 hardened ball stud and an RK Delrin race. There's not a through bolt that goes through that ball joint. It's one piece that's hardened, and then you can actually adjust it. So over time, as that ball joint wears down, you can adjust the preload in there. I was talking to Alex Martinez from Martini Works last night about why off-road vehicles don't care nearly enough about the weight of their wheels. I do, that's why I'm running forged stuff, and hopefully soon we're gonna start offering rays in the shop because they're all made in Japan, they're fully forged. They need to expand their offering to accommodate more people that need like positive 45s, and maybe a beadlock option would be really cool, but in the meantime, you can get them beadlocked at OMF Performance and run like $8,000 worth of wheels on your $50,000 truck. I typically don't show Bronco content here, but I have to stop at the Fun Haver because Loren Healy is repping 74 weld portals. And if you don't think portals are the way to go with IFS in the race world, then just look at all of the leaderboards in Ultra 4 racing. If you're not running 74 weld portals on an IFS monster, you're not gonna win. This is an electric FJ40 from Tremec. I know nothing about them, but this show's so big and we leave tomorrow. So I have to go, even though I'd talk about this for 3 hours if I stopped. So let's go. We're at the Toyota booth, but I have a dedicated video just for Toyota USA's booth at SEMA because we had early access where I showcase my 3 favorite builds here, including the side-by-side. That's a Scion concept. It's getting a lot of attention. The Turbo Cruiser, which is an FJ60 that has a 3rd gen Tundra drivetrain and it's manual, which they don't offer in any Tundras, as well as the H2 Overland hydrogen-powered 4th gen Tacoma. So check out the video in the description if you want to see Toyota's booth now.